So we're going to begin by taking a lying down position on our mats. Just allow the feet to come wide apart to the edge of your mat and gently begin to lie the body back. Bring your arms away from your body. Your palms are facing upwards. And gently just begin to bring the eyes to close. Allowing the body to settle. Relaxing through the soles of your feet, all the way up through your legs, to the tips of your fingers, to the crown of your head. And we'll begin to tune into the breath, just to really ground us on our mat for our practice this evening. So I'd invite you just to place both hands on your belly. And we're going to begin to take deep inhales, inhaling into the bottom of the belly, feeling the belly expand, and feeling the hands rise. On the exhales, feeling the hands fall, feeling your belly contract towards the spine. On your inhales, feeling the belly expand, feeling the hands rise. On the exhales, feeling your hands fall as your belly button contracts towards your spine. Keeping one hand on your belly, you can now place the other on your chest. And this time, on your next inhale, we're going to inhale again deeply into that bottom hand, into the belly, feeling the belly expand. And this time, just allowing the breath to rise up into your chest. Exhaling, relaxing the chest, relaxing the belly, completely emptying your lungs. Continuing with an inhale, feeling the belly expand and feeling the breath rise up into the chest, the top hand. Exhaling, relaxing your chest and your belly as you completely empty your lungs. Just continue with a couple more cycles of these breaths. Observing the unity of breath and body. Keeping the legs extended. Join the feet together and reach the arms up over the head, getting a full body stretch. Pointing the toes, extending through the arms and out through the fingertips. And release. Gently bend the knees and roll over to your right hand side, making a cushion with your hand. Deep breath here. And gently, you can make your way to seated at the front of your mat. You can keep the eyes closed if you like. And join the hands together at heart center. And just taking a moment here to set an intention for your practice this evening. Sometimes we like to dedicate our practice to someone. So you might just want to take a moment before we begin our practice, just to dedicate your practice to someone. Bowing the head towards the hands, opening the eyes. Namaste. To begin today's class, we'll move into a twist. So we're going to place the right hand behind the back, left arm across the right knee. Inhale, extend the spine by lifting the chest. Exhaling, twisting out to the right. On your inhales, extend. And on your exhales, twist a little bit further. You can turn the head to gaze over that right shoulder. Deep breaths. Inhaling back to center. Okay, this time, left hand behind the back, right arm across the left knee. Inhale, extending the spine. Exhaling, twisting out to the left. Deep breaths here. Gazing to look over that left shoulder. Tuning into the breath. Inhaling back to center. From this position, we're going to interlock the fingers and press the heels of the hands towards me. Deep breath as you reach the arms up over the head. Lengthening from your side body, pressing the heels of the hands towards the ceiling. Taking a bend into the elbows, draw the shoulder blades together, opening up the heart center. Deep breaths into the chest. As we interlock the fingers, heels of the hands to me. Get a nice stretch here and reach the arms up over the head, lengthening from the side body. Breathe deeply into that side body. And bend at the elbows. Draw the shoulder blades together, opening up the heart center. Deep breaths and release. From here, take an inhale and reach the arms up over the head, joining the palms, looking towards the thumbs. Exhaling to release. Chin to chest, allow the spine to curve naturally. Deeply inhaling to raise the arms. Exhale, release. Chin to chest, allow the spine to curve naturally. And gently coming back to a neutral spine. Side bends. Left hand beside the left hip. Inhale, raise the right arm. Lengthening from the side body and exhaling to fold out to the left. Keeping the chest open, reaching out through the right arm. Deep breaths into your side body. Exhale, release, drop the right hand down, raise the left arm, inhaling to lengthen, exhale to fold. Keeping the chest open, deep breaths, reaching out through that left arm. Okay, we'll move a bit more fluid this time. Drop the left hand down, raise the right arm, exhale, fold. And release, right hand down, raise the left arm, inhaling and folding. And release, drop your hand down, take a deep breath. And from here, we'll move to kneeling. So we're going to be doing a little bit of shoulder strength today. So it's really important it's a part that's often neglected, is our shoulder mobility. So coming to kneeling, we're going to lift the right arm out to the side, palm facing downward. We're going to flip the palm to the ceiling, back of the hand facing me, palm to the ceiling, back of the hand facing me. From here, place the back of that right hand into the middle of your back. Raise your left arm, bend at the left elbow, and try and join your hands together. Keep that left elbow lifted. It's normal enough to feel discomfort in this position, so just try and take deep breaths, not forcing the hands together. Deep breaths. Relax the neck and release. Okay, left arm out to the side. Palm facing downward. When we're doing these shoulder rotations. Try and feel the shoulder moving inside its socket here. So back of the hand facing me, palm to the ceiling. Back of the hand facing me, palm to the ceiling, and back of the hand facing me. Bend at the elbow, place the hand in the back of the hand in the middle of your back, raise your right arm, bend the right elbow, and try and join your hands together. It's normal that one side will feel easier than the other. Keep the right elbow lifted, relax the neck, and breathe into your upper back. Exhale, release, drop the hands down, take a deep breath, and we'll move into tabletop. So coming into a tabletop position, palms at the hands, at the front of the mat, knees are under the hips. Get nice and balanced here in tabletop. Even between both the knees and both the hands. From here, we're going to move into superhero pose. So extend the left leg out behind you, right arm out in front. Lifting the left foot off the floor, point the left toes. Deep breaths. Grounding down equally between the left hand and the right knee. And extending equally between the right arm and the left leg. Okay, for an extra challenge, inhaling, join the right elbow to the left knee. And extend. Right elbow, left knee. Extend. Final time, right elbow, left knee. And extend. And release, drop your hand and knee back down, take a deep breath. Nice and balanced here again in tabletop. We'll repeat that on the other side. You can move at your own pace, doing the elbows to the knees. I'm just a guide. So again, you're raising the left arm out in front of you, raising the right foot and pointing the right toes. Deep breaths, remembering to ground equally between the right hand and the left knee. Okay, for an extra challenge, left elbow, right knee. Extend. Right elbow, left elbow, right knee. Extend. Left elbow, right knee. And extend. And deep breath, release. Drop your hand and knee back down, take a deep breath. Okay, we're going to move into just a core strengthening pose here. So we're going to tuck the toes here in tabletop. We're going to press into the hands and we're going to lift the knees a couple of inches off our mat on an inhale. So lifting the knees. Just a couple of inches. Engage the core, suck the belly button towards the spine. And release. We'll do that one more time. Try and hold for a bit longer, focus on the breath. Inhaling, lifting the knees. One more deep breath. Release. Okay, child's pose. Join the big toes together behind you. Shift your knees wide apart. Sit the hips back towards the heels. Reach the arms out ahead. And just sink your chest and forehead into your mat. We'll take 5 deep breaths here. Observing how the breath travels up and down the spine with each breath. Lengthening that spine. Gently, you can make your way back to tabletop. From tabletop, we'll take a tuck into the toes, sit the hips back towards the heels, and then lift the hips downward facing dog. Get a nice pedal into the feet here to release the calves and the hamstrings. Relax the neck, spreading your fingers on your mat. On an inhale, walk the hands towards the feet. Walk them back out. spreading the fingers as you do so. Walk the hands back towards the feet again, just as close as possible. And then mindfully walking the hands back out, spreading the fingers as you do so. Once you come back into downward dog, we're going to walk the feet gently, taking baby steps towards the hands. And keeping a nice bend into the knees, we'll fold the upper body over the knees, grab opposite elbows with your hands, and just allow the elbows to become heavy here. You can shake your head no, and nod your head yes. Surrendering the crown of your head to your mat. Inhaling, we'll press up to standing. Standing up nice and tall here at the front of your mat, we'll move into our sun salutation. So I'm going to guide you through the slightly easier version. If you'd like to do the more advanced, you can do the more advanced. It's your own practice, so go at your own pace. Standing up nice and tall, tuning into the breath. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold over the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins, sending your chest forward. Bending the knees, release your hands to your mat, stepping or jumping the feet back into plank. Lower knees, untuck the toes, and lower the chest and chin by bending the elbows. Inhale, slide your chest forward, and then gently lift the chest up from your mat, coming into low cobra. Keep the elbows tight to the body. Exhale, move through tabletop, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Spreading your fingers on your mat here. Lifting your sit bones. Relaxing the neck. Deep breaths. Looking between your palms, inhale, step both your feet forward to the front of your mat. We'll come into a halfway lift, palms on the shins, sending the chest forward. Exhale, fold over your knees. Inhale, raise your arms. And exhale, release. Take a deep breath. And now you can step your feet wide apart on your mat. Both your feet are facing forward. We're moving into the standing asanas now, the foundational postures of the class. Just feel the grounding beneath both your feet here. Get nice and balanced. And we'll begin with the right side. So we're going to turn the right foot out 90 degrees. Taking a bend into that right knee, so your ankle and knee is in line. Right forearm, right knee, raising the left arm over the head and opening the chest towards the ceiling. Engaging that left foot on your mat and reaching out through the left arm. Deep breaths into your side body. Inhaling, we're going to use that left hand to guide us up, raising the arms to shoulder level, coming into warrior two, turning the head to gaze over the right middle finger. The right knee is tracking towards the baby toe side of your right foot. Deep breaths here. Feeling strong in your warrior. We're going to drop that right hand back to your right knee, the right forearm to the right knee, and raise the left arm coming back into side angle. Keep the chest open, reaching out through the left arm. Inhaling, coming back up to warrior, raising the arms to shoulder level, turning the head to gaze over the right middle finger. One more deep breath, and inhale, come up, gently turning the foot in. Take a deep breath. Repeating that sequence on the other side. So we're going to turn the left foot out 90 degrees. Take a bend into the left knee. So the ankle and knee is in line. Left forearm, left knee. Raise your right arm over your head and spiral your chest towards the ceiling. Deep breaths here. Keeping that right foot engaged, reaching out through the right arm. We're going to take an inhale, keeping a bend into that left knee. We're going to use the right hand to guide us as we come up, raising the arms to shoulder level. Coming into warrior two as we turn the head to gaze towards the left middle finger. Deep breaths here. Exhaling, dropping the left forearm to the left knee, raising the right arm back into side angle. Deep breaths. Inhaling, coming back into warrior two, using the right hand to guide us. Deep breaths, turning the head to gaze over that left middle finger. And inhale, gently come up, turn your foot in. Take a deep breath. And we'll join the feet together. Moving into tree pose. So grounding down into that right leg, we'll turn the left foot out. From here, lifting that left foot off the floor, pick your spot on the wall to help with your balance. And placing that left foot, pressing it against the inner side of your right thigh, joining the hands together, or reaching the arms up over the head. Really grounding down into that right leg here. Standing up nice and tall with energy through the crown of your head. Tuning into your breath, feeling a nice sense of balance. Exhale, release, close the hip, extend the leg. Okay, other side. So we'll ground down into the left leg this time and turn the right foot out. From here, picking your spot on the wall, lift your right leg, placing it as the right foot against the inner side of the left thigh. Joining the hands together or reaching the arms up over the head. Rounding down into that left leg. Really try and focus on your breath here. Try and take 5 deep breaths, feeling a nice sense of balance as you do so. One more deep breath. And release. Close your hip, extend your leg. Release the hands. And now you can make your way to the front of your mat. We're moving into Utkatasana or chair pose. And we'll move into chair pose with a twist. So we'll take a deep inhale and bend the knees, raising the arms above the head. Press your knees together. Shift your weight towards your heels. Deep breaths. Keeping those knees pressed together. We're going to join the hands together at heart center. And from here, we're going to twist out to the right. Hooking the left elbow across the right knee if it's accessible. Keeping the hands pressed together, keeping the knees pressed together. Deep breaths. Back to center. Twisting out to the left. Hooking the right elbow across the left knee. Deep breaths. Back to center. And exhale, fold. Bending the knees, dropping the hands to the mat. We'll step both our feet back into plank. Nice and strong in plank here, keeping the hips lifted. And we'll drop our knees to our mat. And we'll just take a couple of deep breaths. Just stay in tabletop or whatever's comfortable, just for a couple of deep breaths here. Okay, coming back into tabletop. From tabletop, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Nice and strong in your down dog here, spreading your fingers on your mat. We're going to take an inhale and raise the right leg out behind us, three-legged dog. Taking a bend into that right knee, we're going to shift the weight forward into our shoulders and draw the right knee towards the right elbow. Inhaling, raising the right leg out behind us, three-legged dog. Bending into the right knee, shifting the weight forward, drawing the right knee to the left elbow, coming across the body. Inhaling, raising the right leg out behind us. Bending into the right knee, shifting the weight forwards, drawing the right knee towards the nose, and gently stepping the right foot forward between the palms. Coming into a runner's lunge here, framing the right foot with the hands. You can drop the left knee to your mat if you like, or keep it lifted for an extra challenge. Drop your left hand inside your right foot and twist out to the right, raising the right arm. Deep breaths here. And release. Frame your right foot with your hands and step your right foot back to meet your left foot, downward facing dog. Deep breaths. Inhaling, raising your left leg out behind you into three-legged dog. Bending into the left knee, drawing your left knee towards your left elbow. Inhaling, raising the left leg out behind you. Bending the knee, shifting the weight forward. Draw your left knee across your body towards your right elbow. And extend it behind you with an inhale. Bending the knee, shifting the weight forward, drawing the left knee towards the nose. And gently stepping it through between the palms. Framing the left foot with the hands into a runner's lunge here. Drop the right hand inside the left foot, twisting out to the left, raising the left arm. You can drop that right knee to your mat to make it a bit easier. Deep breaths. And exhale, release. Frame your left foot with your hands, Step the left foot to meet the right foot, drop your knees to your mat. We take 5 deserved breaths in child's pose. Sit the hips back towards the heels. It might be easier here just to take a bend into the elbows for child's pose. Drop your forehead to your hands. Deep breaths. Take one more deep breath. And gently, you can make your way to a seated position. Moving into Navasana here, our core strengthening pose. So again, for this pose now, We're going to really try and engage the core by sucking the belly button in towards the spine. So placing the hands under the knee creases, keeping the knees bent, lift both the feet. Keeping the belly button drawn in, straightening the arms. Now, deep breath. For an extra challenge, you can straighten the legs. Keep the belly button drawn in, keep the chest lifted. One more deep breath. And release. Gently cross the legs. Take a deep breath. Okay, we're going to repeat Navasana one more time. So picking your version, either of them is fine. For this one, we're going to move in a bit more of a challenge now. We're going to be lowering down and coming back into Navasana. So this is challenging, so it might be wise just to pick the bent leg version. So hands under the knee creases, lift the feet. We're going to straighten the arms, and there's the option to straighten the legs. Keeping the belly button drawn in, keeping the legs, knees squeezed together. Deep breaths. Okay, from here, we're going to lower down. Keeping the legs slightly lifted, holding here for a breath, and gently coming back up into Navasana. Lifting the legs, lifting the chest. One more deep breath here, and release. Well done. That's tricky. Take a couple of deep breaths. And you can roll onto your backs. We're going to move into bridge pose now. So from the lying down position, bend the knees, draw the heels towards the sit bones, placing the hands flat on your mat beside your hips. From here, we're going to press into both the feet, keeping the knees drawn together. We're going to lift the hips towards the ceiling. Once the hips are lifted, there's the option to lift the chest, tucking your shoulder blades under your body. Keeping the chest lifted, keeping the hips lifted, keeping the knees drawn together. Tuning into the breath. And exhale, release, drop the hips back down. And we'll now move into a twist. So we're going to bring the arms wide apart away from the body. Keeping the knees bent, just lift the feet off your mat so your knees are at a 90-degree angle. And keep the knees pressed together here. Keeping your left shoulder on your mat, I'm going to drop both the knees out to the right-hand side. You can turn your head to gaze towards your left thumb. Inhaling, bring the knees back to center. And keeping your right shoulder on your mat, drop both the knees out to the left. Turning the head to gaze towards the right thumb. Deep breath. Bring the knees back to center. And now you can extend the legs as we move into the closing Shavasana. So it might be a nice time to grab a blanket or a pillow. You can place a pillow under the knees just to take the pressure off the hamstrings. Whatever feels right for your body this evening. Congratulating yourself for showing up again. And giving yourself permission to switch off for the next 10 minutes. We're going to do a slightly different closing Shavasana today. This is called tense and release. So I'll bring your attention to a body part. You'll tense it and release on my release. It just helps to regulate the nervous system and really help you to relax and switch off. So beginning with the toes, just scrunching and squeezing your toes and release, allowing the toes to relax. You might feel some cramping, it's completely normal. Bring your attention to your right leg. And I want you to just lift your right foot, your right heel, a couple of inches off your mat, just very slightly. And just feel all the muscles activate from your right hip towards your right heel. And release, drop the right foot down. The right foot down and allow the right leg to sink into your mat. Bring your attention to your left foot. Lifting the left foot a couple of inches off your mat and feeling all the muscles activate from your left hip all the way down towards your left heel. And release. Allowing the left leg to sink into your mat. Bring your attention to your right hand. Clench and squeeze that right hand. And as you do so, lift the right hand off the mat, feeling all the muscles activate from your right shoulder socket all the way down to your fingertips. Clenching, squeezing, and release. Allowing your hand, your arm to sink into your mat. Allow the fingers to curl open naturally, palm facing the ceiling. Bring your attention to your left hand, clenching your left hand, squeezing, and then lifting the hand off the mat, lifting the arm, feeling all the muscles activate from your shoulder down to your fingertips. Squeezing a bit tighter and release. Allowing the shoulder down to the fingertips to relax into the mat and allowing your fingers to curl open naturally. Bringing your attention to your face. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose. And we're going to squeeze all the muscles in the face towards the nose. Squeeze them tightly. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the eyes. Allowing your eyes to sink towards the back of your head. Relaxing your forehead. And the crown of your head. Relax your entire body on your mat, feeling each point at which your back body makes contact with your mat. And with each exhale, just allow the body to feel a little bit lighter. We will now move into silence for the next few minutes. During this silence, try and focus on your breath as it travels through your body. Recognizing there is great power in the ability to be completely still, completely silent, just with yourself. As we move into silence. Gently bring your attention back to your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, rolling your wrists, rolling your ankles, and rocking the head from side to side, making any movements you'd like. You get a full body stretch by reaching the arms over the head, pointing the toes, extending through the arms, and release. Bending the knees, roll over to your right hand side and make a cushion with your hand. We'll take a couple of deep breaths here, deep inhales, and sighing through the mouth with the exhales. Inhaling, you can gently make your way to a cross-legged position on your mat, drawing the hands together at heart center. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up again on your mat this evening. And remembering back to the person you dedicated your practice to today. Just reminding yourself you shared your energy with them. as you rub your hands together, creating heat, creating energy. Place the palms of your hands over your eyes. Blink your eyes open to the darkness of your palms, drawing the hands away from your eyes to the light. Namaste. Thanks very much, everyone.